Hey guys, how you guys doing? Hoping you're having a wonderful day, guys. A blessed day indeed. It's September 13th, 2018. I just want to make a quick video, quick update. I know Hurricane Florence is making landfall over the next 12 hours. And that's going to eat up a lot of the news, all right? And our prayers are out with them. It's a very serious situation. It's going to dump a lot of rain. I know it got downgraded to a Category 2, but they're talking 30 to 40 inches of rain over the next few days in some areas in North Carolina. My buddy's town probably going to get hit around with 20 to 25 inches of rain. So they're real worried there. They evacuated just because flooding's real bad in his area. But I want everyone to remember what's going on around the world, right? Just today, U.S. slapped some new sanctions on North Korea. Is this part of the whole diplomacy act? You know, is this going to lead to anything? I was just reading an article that talked about coal shipments from North Korea and how the United States of America went to South Korea and stated, listen, North Korea, these sanctions are up, but they're still going to try to sell their coal. And they had something like 7 different coal shipments get through without being checked that went and were sold. So if they can get a full-fledged cargo ship with coal on through, what are they doing with their nuclear weapons, right? We never thought that they would give up their nuclear weapons willingly, and most sane people still do not. All right, so that's a situation we're going to have to continue to see. North Korea seems like it's been on the back burner, and it honestly has, just because the North Koreans are doing what they always do with Americans. All right, they promise denuclearization, all these great things, and then in the end, nothing happens. In the end, we find out a couple years down the road that they didn't stop tests, that they didn't stop production. They didn't stop research, all right? And we get made a fool of, just like we have for the past 20, 25 years when it comes to North Korea. So I know right now it seems like North Korea is on the back burner, something we have to continue to still watch, guys, all right? And then the situation with Syria. I follow a few guys on Twitter that are very good about getting information or forwarding information to individuals. An Endgame show, World War III, another Navy vet, very good at keeping us all informed. And I just saw that he retweeted a tweet from an individual that said U.S. officials have come to CNN stating that they have evidence that Syria has used airstrikes, equipment to conduct airstrikes on hospitals and medical facilities. All right, and this is the whole thing where I'm saying, still keep your eyes on the skies while Hurricane Florence is happening in the days after, because that's going to take over the majority of the mainstream media. It's just, that's how it's going to be. All right, and if something happens, it's going to fall through the cracks most likely, okay, because of this hurricane. That's why what I've been saying for the past couple weeks now is the U.S. went from a tone of, hey, if chemical weapons are used, if we have evidence that Assad ordered chemical weapons to be used, we're going to strike you. And it went from that tone to Nikki Haley, Ambassador Bolton, or National Security Advisor John Bolton now. Even Trump himself stating, hey, Idlib, if things happen in Idlib, we hear about strikes, we hear about an offensive, it's going to cause hundreds of thousands of people to die, and by the way, we're not going to stand for it. So now it makes you wonder, at what line are we crossing? What do we have to get to for us to strike Assad, right? A lot of people think, the U.S. and the West in general want any excuse to, dethrone Assad. And it seems like at this point, at least you can kind of understand the whole chemical weapons tone. You can say, oh, yeah, if you use chemical weapons on children and innocent civilians, we're going to step in and do something. At least you can defend something like that. But now it kind of just seems like, we're just trying to figure out to pick randomly something so we can strike. And so I'm not saying that this is going to happen. Just like I haven't said that this Idlib offensive. I've said, hey, watch the next couple hours, or oh, watch the next couple days. But I haven't. I'm not a guy. I'm not Christopher Green, and I know I pick on him a lot. But I used to watch his stuff a lot. It used to be good, and now he's just a sellout. And it seems like every week there's a flash alert. World War III, it's coming. It's imminent. I've seen so many imminent videos from AMTV. It's insane. And they used to be so good, and I wish they went back to, being good, instead of this fear-mongering that seems like that's what they're doing. So, what I'm getting to, guys, is I'm not saying that this is going to occur. I'm not saying that, oh, we've got 6 hours, watch out. I'm saying Hurricane Florence and big things that happen in the news, like big storms, natural disasters, even domestic issues, all right? The mainstream media will latch onto that, and so it's easy for our government to get away with things. All right, if I'm going to be frank, if I'm going to be blunt about this, it's easy for our government to get away with things. Okay, so during the next 96 hours or so, maybe until Monday, just keep on watching Syria. I'm not saying something's going to happen. All right, the Ministry of Defense from Russia has been throwing out all kinds of stuff, and I'm just not seeing really any evidence. The filming of the chemical weapons attacks, the choosing of the families to star in them, how the U.S. is going to strike Russian sites. All this, it just seems like noise at this point. But I don't think it's Assad doing the chemical weapons strikes. I don't know if it's the U.S. who are ordering this, but it's definitely a third party, and we need to see if, will that film come out? They said it was supposed to come out at the end of the day, Tuesday. Haven't seen anything about it yet. Doesn't mean it's not there, just haven't seen anything about it, guys. So as the next couple days, the weekend, Monday rolls around, just keep your eyes peeled. Keep on watching things in Syria. Watch things in North Korea. Watch things in the Ukraine. Haven't talked about the Ukraine in a while, but do not have that much time to go into it. Guys, let's say a prayer for the individuals in the Carolinas on the East Coast suffering from Hurricane Florence tonight, the next day, and the next day. All right? Grab a beer, say a prayer, and as always, keep your eyes to the skies. God bless.